In this video, I'm going to show easy back pain relief exercises designed for those that are obese or overweight. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over easy back pain relief exercises that are going to focus on lengthening, but more importantly, strengthening the main muscles associated with lower back pain. So that way we can get both quick and long-lasting relief. Great part is these are designed for those that are dealing with obesity or being overweight. So no complex movements and no equipment is needed. I know nobody wants to hear this, but it is one of those videos that you'll get the best results if you do all of the exercises also in order. They work together to help identify the muscles that are giving you the most amount of pain. So my best advice, go through them all, use what gives you the most relief. Another note, if these exercises are really helping, try to do all of the exercises maybe 2 to 3 times a week as a routine, because again, they're going to help strengthen the muscles and maybe will give you long-lasting relief. With that being said, let's get started. So let's start by focusing on a big overlooked cause of back pain, which is tightness and weakness in our anterior chain muscles. That's our core muscles and our hip flexors. Not only is it important to have a strong back, but we also need a strong front to stabilize the spine in the middle. So let's go over a couple exercises that are really going to help. The first one is a modified version of what is called the bear crawl. We're going to start on all fours on a floor, just like this. And I would put a pillow or towel underneath your knees too if you need it. But what we want to do first is brace or tighten our core muscles. You know how when somebody tries to poke you in your stomach, how you tense those muscles up? Mimic that and hold that during this exercise, and also squeeze your glutes. It's going to help protect the spine a little bit more. So what we're going to do first is just place all of our body weight onto our hands, and mine are roughly about shoulder width apart, and then we're going to place all of our lower body weight onto our toes. And then you're just going to slowly lift your knees upward towards the ceiling. You don't have to go up that far. Just go up enough where you feel those core muscles really start to activate, and it should feel like a very comfortable activation. Don't go to the point that you're feeling any more pain. But in this position, again, you should really feel those core muscles start to fire. You want to hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to relax, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to go up just a little bit more to get those muscles to tighten up even more. It's all about building strength. But afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, try to throw in another set or 2. So let's take this one to the next level by doing an exercise called the bird dog. The bird dog is going to help target a little bit more in the front of our thighs over the hip flexors, but also the glutes. 2 important muscles, again, for helping to strengthen the spine and hopefully lead to a lot less lower back pain. So we're going to start on all fours again, but this time around what I'm going to do is slowly slide one foot back like this, pointing my toes away as far as I can. It's like really trying to reach out with your foot. You should feel a really good activation into the calf muscles that works up towards the thigh and then towards the glutes. You really want to feel all of those muscles from the toes to your glutes start to fire. Once you feel that, you're then going to slowly lift your leg up like this while pointing your toes away. You're really going to start to feel it right here into the core muscles at this point. Hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to lower your leg, and then you're just going to repeat this on the other side. Do this nice and slowly for 5 to 10 repetitions in both directions. But again, afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, try to throw in another set or 2. So with this exercise, we're going to focus more on the posterior chain muscles. That's the back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. One of the easiest daily exercises that you can do, including in bed, is the bridge. So to get into position, you're going to lie flat on your back just like this. You want your knees bent, feet flat. I like to have my legs roughly hip width apart. During this exercise, you can take your hands, put them on your hips, or you can place them off to your side. So again, we're going to start off by bracing our core muscles. Think getting poked in your stomach and tightening those muscles, let's squeeze the glutes to help protect the spine. From here, we're going to just slowly lift our hips upward towards the ceiling as much as we can. The goal is to get your body in a straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. I know a lot of people won't be able to do that either due to pain or weakness. Like let's say you can only go up a little bit. Do the best you can. Hopefully over time you'll gain strength and flexibility to get in this position. But you should feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, the back, the glutes, and right here over the hamstrings. Everything that helps support the lower back and the hips. You want to hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to relax. And then you're going to repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, challenge yourself to go up just a little bit more. If it feels like you have more energy, try to throw in another set or 2. So let's take the bridge to the next level, make it more challenging and target some more muscles. What I like to do is a marching motion just like this to make it a lot harder. So let's get back into our original bridge position, but we're going to lift one knee up just like this and hold it for a brief second, lower it, and then do it on the other side. So essentially what we're trying to do is a marching motion, but what you really want to focus on while doing this is making sure that your hips and pelvis are kept even. So we don't want to tilt down like that. If that's the case, really focus on trying to drive that hip up so everything is nice and level. You can also do what is known as a clamshell bridge, which are going to target the hips just a little bit more. So if you have back and hip pain, give this one a try. Take your feet, put them together, just press them in slightly like this, and then wing your knees outward as much as you can until you feel a really good stretch form in the inner part of the thigh, going towards the groin and then into the hips. Once you feel that, the movement is very similar. We're just going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling till our body is in that nice straight line, but this time around you're really going to feel it on the outside of your hips. I like this one. It usually feels pretty good. 3 to 5 second hold, relax, 5 to 10 times, throw in another set or 2 if you are able to. The other muscle that we really want to target are our hamstrings right here on the back of our thighs. A lot of times people will have tight or even weak hamstrings that leads to postural issues and back pain. So for this one, we're going to do what is called a hamstring walkout. Let's get back into our original position just like this. We're going to then do the bridge, but I'm going to point my toes up towards the ceiling and gently press my heels into the bed, or if you're on the floor, just press them into the floor. And you're going to slowly walk your heels out just like this, just a little bit with each one. As you do this, you're really going to feel it in the back of your hamstrings. I would go very slowly with this one because if you do have a lot of tightness, you might get initial cramp. So build into it just to your comfort level only. But I like to do this one for about 3 to 5 times, just slowly walking out like this. But if it feels good and it's helping out, you can definitely throw in as many repetitions as you like. So with this exercise, we're now going to focus on strengthening the legs, but more importantly, the glutes. Any patient that comes into my office knows that I always stress the glutes, the glutes, the glutes when it comes to back pain. It's one of the most important muscles in the body, but unfortunately, we sit on them all day long. So here's a really easy way to help strengthen them. We're going to do what is called a wall sit. For this one, we need a smooth wall or a door. Just put your whole backside flush against it for support. Your legs are going to be roughly hip width apart, slightly spaced out in front of you. Take your toes and just point them out slightly, like 5 to 10 degrees. It'll help take tension off of the knees. And you're going to put all of your body weight onto your heels during this exercise. From here, we're going to gently brace our core muscles. So again, think somebody poking you in your stomach, and then gently squeeze your glutes. I like to take my hands, put them in a prayer position, and then just press them into my chest just like this. So the movement, very straightforward. We're just going to bend our knees and squat our bottom down towards the floor. The further you go down, the more challenging this will be. You'll really feel it into the quadriceps right here, and you'll also feel it into the glutes. Go down as far as you can and then hold this for 5 seconds, and then you're just going to slide back up like this, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. With each repetition, challenge yourself to go down just a little bit more. It'll help build more strength. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have more energy, try to throw in another set or 2. So after we're done with the strengthening exercises, we want to finish with stretching. Stretching is going to help keep everything loose after those exercises, but also help avoid soreness. This one is going to be a combination exercise that you can do in bed or on a floor. So let's start off on our stomach just like this. What I'd like to do is keep my hips flat during this exercise. It's known as the cobra. It's a great yoga pose. We're going to take our hands, put them together just like this, and we're going to support our upper body weight onto our forearms, kind of like in a V shape. In this position, you should feel a gentle stretch in the back, but more importantly, you should feel a really good stretch in our core muscles and also going into the front of our thighs, into the hip flexor. What you want to do is just raise your shoulders up like this as much as you can while keeping your hips flat until you feel that gentle stretch. You want to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds and do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. If this feels pretty good though, you can hold it for longer, 45 seconds, a minute. Hold it as long as you like. It's just a really, really great stretch. But if you need a breather, just lower your chest down like this. What I'd like to do is about 3 to 5 repetitions. And with each repetition, I try to build into it just a little bit more by raising my shoulders up just a little bit more. If this is pretty easy, you can then go into the full cobra. So what we're going to do this time around is take our hands, put them off to our side, roughly about shoulder level right here, and then tuck our elbows in. And then you're just going to use your arms right here to press up even more. The key is do not let your hips lift off. So you want them nice and flat. All stretch should come through the back, through the hips, and also into the front of your thighs. This one feels really, really good. So if you're ready, progress into that one and when you're ready. So the next one what we're going to do is called the scorpion, and this is a personal favorite for many because it can end in a satisfying self-pop cracker release in your lower back. So let's get back into that original cobra position of just resting on our forearms just like this. But this time around, we're going to bend our knees roughly at 90 degrees and then put our legs together so our feet are straight up towards the ceiling. What you're going to do first is just slowly rotate your feet and legs towards one side, but you only want to go to the point where you feel a really good stretch into the glutes. So it should feel like right around the hips. Once you feel that good stretch, you're going to hold this right here for about 3 to 5 seconds. You're going to go back to the middle and then repeat on the other side. So it's almost kind of like a windshield wiper going side to side. I like to do this roughly for about 5 repetitions on both sides. And then what I'm going to do next is take this one to the next level by deepening the stretch and going a little bit more into the lower back. So this time around, instead of just focusing on feeling that stretch into the hips, go a little bit further with it until you feel a really deep stretch form in the back. This kind of puts a corkscrew effect in there, and again, you might get that pop that you're looking for, but don't try to force it. Again, 3 to 5 second hold, you're going to come back up, and then you're going to repeat on the other side. But go through all of those motions. If you feel like one is helping you out a little bit more, at that point, try to throw some more repetitions in. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.